the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear plant have another problem on their hands. Officials with Tokyo Electric Power Company say the levels of radioactivity more than 300 tons of highly radioactive water leaked last month out of the storage tank. The water's contents seem to be too acidic. Managers have assigned more monitors to check for radioactive materials.
I speak unto thee this day, and I say that evil times and evil men have always been. Yet I say that I, the living God, do call my people to believe in me, to trust in me, to follow after me. And I say that the evil of the times that you are in seems monumental unto you, but so did the evil of times past seem monumental unto those who were victims of the same. For I say that evil is evil no matter what generation it is in, and I say it is disgusting to behold. Now I say you are living in a time when the lid has been let off, and the evil forces that have been at play, that have been at work all along, are being openly displayed. I say that I, the living God, am allowing it to be so, for I say that I'm sick of the hidden evil. And I say that I'm allowing the evil to exhibit itself, then I, the living God, will do away with the same. Therefore I say, do not have your confidence in the evil and lose hope in me, but I say, have your confidence in me. For I say that evil shall not prevail, even though it may appear for a season that it is so. For I say it is me, the living God, who is indeed the prevailing force, and all who look to me and believe in me will not be ashamed. For I say it is me, the living God, who has allowed the evil to rise up, because men have lost their love of me. But I say, when the evil shall punish and punish and punish them, I say there are multitudes who will bow down, return to me, and deeply love me. For I say they will find that the evil is just that. It is wickedness, it is vileness, it is corruption on every hand. Now I say this day that I, the living God, do call thee to walk uprightly in the truth, the light, the strength that I offer every single day. And I say that I call thee to be thankful that it is me you are privileged to look unto and believe. That is, I call thee to be thankful that you can indeed be purposed, directed, instructed, and corrected always by me. For I am the one who is the way of life. And I say, if it is me that you keep your focus upon, if it is me that you continue to seek to please, to obey, and follow after, it is me who does direct thee in the light. Now I say you are living in times when multitudes have strayed from the way of light. They have gone in the way of darkness, and oh, how great they think it to be. That is, until the retribution of the darkness that they are in catches up to them and destroys their very lives. But I say that it is me, the living God, who continues to beckon the ray of light, the ray of hope, unto all who will look unto me. And I say that the hope that is found in me is stronger than the powers of darkness. And I say that the light that I provide is a light that is eternal, and no man can put it out. Now I say this day that I, the living God, do not call thee to be disgruntled, discouraged, and despairing, no, not at all. But I say that I call thee to realize that in the times that you are in, when it appears that evil is abounding on every hand, that it is not true. For I say it is a time that I, the living God, do indeed reap a true harvest among souls. For I say, when men are desperate, when men are aware of the death throes they are in, when men are bound by the evils of demon enforcements upon them, I say then they will cry out. And I say they will cry out not from a comfortable state of being, or not from some cute and peppy phrase work, but I say they will cry out because they are desperately needy of me. And I say the groans that come from their souls will be the groans of dying, desperate men and women who desire to be saved by me. And I say it is me, the living God, who knows exactly the harvest that I shall reap. Therefore I say, leave it unto me. Now I say, when a man is a gardener and he prepares the soil and he puts in the seed, he knows exactly what type of a plant that he desires to bring forth. And he knows exactly the conditions that he needs for the plant that he has in mind. I say, so it is with me. Do not I, the living God, know exactly what it is that I do? At all times I say it is true. I say it is me, the living God, who has desired a people who would be groaning for me out of the depths of their being rather than simply surfacely acknowledging me. I say for too long in the religiously comfortable status that you have grown to know as the nation, as the land, I say that men have not deeply groaned for me. But I say they have simply dabbled, they have simply played games and spoke cute, high-sounding phrases. But I say it is me, the living God, who will indeed bring forth a harvest of those who cry out for me from the depths of agony, from the depths of their being, from the depths of the death throes that they are in. And I say it is me, the living God, who has desired such a harvest instead of the religious dabblers who only play around with me. And I say it is me, the living God, who is putting such pressures upon men that yes, indeed, they will cry from the agony of their souls. And it is me, the living God, who will hear them when they cry and give them my truth and my light upon the path. Therefore I say, do not begrudge me nor resent me, but rejoice with me in these times, that it is me, the living God, who is allowing the inherent evil to be evidence that men will know what it is that they will serve. For I say, when I allow the evil to be exposed, to be revealed, then I say that men must be desperate in their cry for me. For I say it is me, the living God, who is indeed the only way of righteousness, the only way of truth, and the only way of light provided. And I say, when the ones who are mine will look to me and rejoice with me, so shall they see others brought forth in my way. I say that I, the living God, never promised my people that they would have good times, that they would have wonderful seasons, not at all. But I say that I've promised my people that they could indeed follow me and they would be kept by me. Now I say it is true even now that if you follow me, that I, the living God, will keep thee, and I will direct thee and bring thee forth. But I say, if you think you must follow a good time Jesus, it is not me that you serve at all. For I say that I, the living God, never settled men in the religious facades that they are in the pretension, the hypocrisy whereby they do not even love me nor live for me. But I say they simply dabble and play around with the things of my kingdom as though they were their casual toys. But I say that I, the living God, do not find any joy nor pleasure in such mindless fools, for I say they have no roots in me. But I say that the ones who agonize to come forth in me, I say they are luxurious unto me. That is, they are full of the abundant fruit when they mature, that is well-pleasing unto me, and I delight to eat of the same. Now I say this day, when you look upon the years that have gone by, when you look upon the so-called outpourings and movements, what do you see? I say you see curiosity seekers, you see spectators, you see those who simply dabble and play around, but where are the ones who are deeply serious for me? That is, where are the ones who are born of the deep conviction of their sin? Where are the ones who are born of the deep conviction of the evil in the land and desire to be free of the same? Where are the ones who long and thirst and hunger for me? I say you do not see them at all in the times of so-called peace and contentment and the great religious shows that have been displayed. For I say that it has been fakery, it has been pretension and hypocrisy and mockery, and men have loved it so. But I say now the time is that I, the living God, am evidencing the consequence of such foolery and vanity, and I say that it is indeed the rise of evil. And I say that I'm allowing the evil to rise on the horizon to drive men to their knees once again. That is, to drive them all the way down to the bone, that they realize either they are or they are not in me. That they realize they will either find my way of hope and life or perish in the darkness that they are in. Now I say it is my work, it is my timing. Do not begrudge me, do not resent me, and cry out against me for the fake and fair times to return to the land. For I say it is a necessary cleansing that I, the living God, am bringing forth, and I say you must learn to cooperate with me. That is, you must learn what it is to rejoice in me, to be thankful unto me, even though the times do not appear to be pleasing unto thee. For I say that I never promised thee that the times you would work in would be pleasant and pleasing unto your carnality, but I have simply told you to follow me. Now I say, therefore, this day resolve it in your mind that I, the living God, know exactly what I do. For I say there are no mistakes in me, and when I, the living God, do send forth a time and a season, know that it is the appropriate thing. And I say, when I, the living God, do call forth men and women to worship, to follow, to be in obedience unto me, that is exactly what they are meant to do. That is, they are not meant to be playing like hypocrites, mockers, and scoffers, doing things their own way. But I say they are meant to be serving and loving me in obedience, walking in the way that I offer, the way that I provide. Now I say this day that I, the living God, never call thee to walk afar off from me, but I have called thee to walk uprightly in me. That is, I have called thee to be thankful that I give to thee the truth, the light, the mercy of who I am, that you can indeed be rejoicing always. And I say that I've called thee to be ever strengthened, coming forth in the truth, the light, the direction, correction that I provide, for it is me, the living God, who is giving tender love towards thee. And I say that I call thee to rejoice when one sinner is truly saved by my mercy, because it is my timing to do so. Now I say this day that I, the living God, do not call thee to look for a religiously placid state, whereby men can exhibit all manner of evil and get by, and think somehow it is all fine with me. But I say that I've called thee to the drastic times to see for reality the difference between the precious and the vile. Now I say, in the religious scene that is presently available, there is a mixing of the wicked, the perverse, with somewhat of that which is of me. And I say that the mixing is atrocious because it is abomination, and it is not born of my spirit at all. Now I say, if you consider that men have taken that which belonged to me and mixed it with that which is filthy and vile, I say it is abomination before me. And I say it is me, the living God, who is indeed revealing, exposing, eradicating, and proving that such things have no strength to stand. For I say, when the wicked rise up in their furious power and rant and rage, where do such ones go? I say they run, they hide, they run right into the enemy's arms and declare they believe all that they say. And I say it is because they are not born of me, nor do they have my strength available unto them. Now I say this day, do not be so downtrodden, so disheartened and disenchanted, for I say that I, the living God, am in control. And I say, when the wicked spread out in proud array, thinking they rule and reign everything, know that it is not true. Know that it is me, the living God, who can easily bring them down, devastate them, eradicate them, and destroy them through one swipe of my hand. It is me, the living God, who can render them dead and in hell forever by the simply movement that I bring forth. Therefore I say, do not be living in doubtful disputation in your minds against me. Do not be thinking that I, the living God, have lost control and the evil have taken over. But I say, be knowing, understanding, and realize that it is me, the living God, who is indeed in full control, and I shall prevail. That it is me, the living God, who will indeed enforce my righteousness, bring forth my mercy, my truth, my hope, and my light. For I say it is me, the living God, who will indeed bring forth all that men have need of to be ever kept in me. And it is me, the living God, who will cause my own to know what it is to be ever kept, directed, instructed, and corrected in the truth, the light, the mercy that I provide. And I say once again, men will be saved from the penalty of their sins, and I say they will cry out from me from the depths, the agonies of their soul. And I say they will know the difference between good and evil, and I say they will choose the good. For I say for too long they have muddled and mired the same until they know not what they are. But I say in the times that I, the living God, am bringing upon the sons of men, men will know for a surety what it is that they want, and they will indeed be choosing me. Now I say this day, rejoice that I am in control. Rejoice that my move is sovereign. Rejoice that you are privileged to be knowing me. For I say it is me, the living God, who reigns supreme.